Hello, I'm DelusionDispeller, and I decided it was time to make a couple more videos, or maybe just one. It just depends how much fits on this video. I'm getting ready to head to church pretty soon here. But I was reading some information on a psychology type website, and I thought it was rather appropriate for what we talk about. This one is called Cognitive Distortions. Basically kind of stinking thinking or twisted thinking, I guess you could say. A lot of us think in, I guess you could say, extremes. But sometimes when certain things happen, we go even to the other end of the spectrum, like way ridiculously paranoid or something like that. So they call this a cognitive distortion because it's an extreme way of thinking. This extreme way of perceiving and reasoning, I guess you could say. So I'm going to read these and kind of share with you what they all mean, and you can decide if you see these in people that you know or maybe even in yourself. So one of these cognitive distortions is called all or nothing thinking. It's kind of, another way to put it is black and white thinking, and it's an extreme way of focusing on something. Pardon me, I'm still dealing with that yucky cough thing. It's like you're either seeing somebody as all bad or all good, or something as all positive or all negative. Like if you do something, you make a mistake, oh my gosh, I'm such a loser, I'm such a failure. That's the negative, obviously, side of things. And then maybe you see things the opposite way of, well, I'm so perfect I could never make a mistake. I am just all that in a bag of chips. Yeah, that's all or nothing thinking. But you can do that like with circumstances in life too. And a lot of that boils down to how resilient are you when bad things come your way. It's something that can be developed, your resilience to things. Maybe something bad has happened to you and it just devastates you for a while. Like all of you know, or most of you know, I am going through a situation with my soon-to-be ex-husband that was very devastating to me. And I guess at first when it happened, I was falling apart. I cried a lot. I mean, I really cried. And I felt like my life was over as I knew it. Everything around me just kind of didn't feel as enjoyable anymore. I could have slipped really into a deep state of depression. And at one point I wasn't sleeping very well, and then I had blood pressure issues I didn't know about, so that didn't help things any either. And I just was not doing too well. But after a few days, I realized that it was necessary to allow myself to go through a grieving process. He was no longer with me, and I had to just face the fact that I now had to move on without him. So I decided to get things in balance, and I embraced the grieving process. I knew about it, I knew what to expect, and I allowed myself to do that. I basically allowed myself to feel disbelief, like, oh my gosh, did this really just happen? Did he really do that? Is he really gone? Do I really have to now get a job right away to support myself and my daughter, to afford my house, to pay my bills? Is this really falling on my shoulders? Is this really all on me? I went through the denial process. I went through the anger process of, I can't believe he would do this. How could he? How could he just throw everything away that we had for 3 years and just give up on us like that? I went through the bargaining process. God, if you could just move on the people's heart that have him, send him back to me, you know, I will do this or that, or I don't even know what I bargained with, but I was always trying to bargain with God about getting him back to me. Then there's the, I'm trying to think of all the processes of grieving. There's anger. I went through that. I already told you about that one. There's denial. I went through that. Let's see. I think there's obviously a point where you come to accept and say, okay, this is what happened, and you know, I'm just going to move on. I've got to go and get a job. I've got to do this. I've got to pay my bills. There's nobody that's going to do this for me. Nobody's going to wake me up in the morning and make me go to a job or make me go to those interviews. I have to do it. And then that's just part of the grieving process. So, yeah, black and white thinking would be the opposite of that. Just extremes. Like, I can't go on anymore because now he's not in my life anymore. And he did everything. He managed the bills and he did this and that, which he really didn't manage the bills, but I'm just using that as an example. He shoveled the snow for me. He carried my groceries. He took care of things, or, you know, I don't know. He did a lot of things like guys do. They tend to be in charge type of people. And if I felt like I just couldn't go on and I just gave up and curled up in a little ball, maybe started drinking or formed some kind of addiction, that would be really a black way of thinking. Like, I can't survive without this person. And I've told you this before in my other videos. There is no one human being that you cannot survive without. That song, I can't live if living is without you, not true. If I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. No, not true. Extremism. Even songs that are written about love and all that kind of stuff, a lot of them are very extreme. So, don't buy the lie. You can survive. You will survive. You'll get through it. Okay, I guess it's turning out to be a series, so I'm going to end this one here. It's already 6 minutes long. I know the average attention span is like 3 minutes on my videos, so I'm going to go for now. God bless you. Thanks for watching my videos, and stay tuned for the next one.